Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be ranking romance book tropes. I feel like it's been a very long time since I've talked about my favorite romance book tropes. I think I made a video years ago talking about my favorite tropes, but I don't think I've said anything recently, so I thought it would be fun to rank them on the ranking thing that a lot of people do. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump straight in. I did take the same template as Sarah Caroli, I think is her name. I obviously changed the ranks, but I'm using her template because she had a lot of very popular and great tropes in hers. So I'm going to use her template. I will link it down below and I will also link her video down below. So here are the tiers. So at the top we have the best tropes only. So these are my ultimate faves. I will read any book that has these tropes. The next one is It's a Fun Time, which means I just usually enjoy that trope. Then we have Hit or Miss, which means it could really be a good book if the trope is done right, or it could miss. The trope could not hit if the book is bad, if that makes sense. And then the next one we have is It's Fine. It's all right. I don't absolutely hate it, but I don't pick up books with that trope. And then we have Get It Away From Me. I hate that trope. I don't want anything to do with it. And then the last one is Haven't Read Much Of, which just means that I can't really judge it because I haven't read a lot with that specific trope, but I feel like a majority of these I probably have read a decent amount of, so I don't think much will go in that category, but these are my tiers. So let's get started. I think I'm just gonna go in order. So we have Strangers to Lovers. I think it's fine. Unless it's a specific trope like friends to lovers or siblings best friend or whatever. Those, obviously they're not strangers, but most other tropes, the both characters are strangers. So I don't know, it's just fine. Childhood friends to lovers, I think I'm gonna go, it's one of the best tropes. I do really enjoy childhood friends to lovers. I just think it's great. They have so much history together and it just is beautiful. Friends to lovers, I'm gonna go It's a Fun Time, because sometimes I don't love it, but for the most part I do enjoy it. Best friend's brother, we're gonna go the best only. It is so good. I do love this trope. Secret relationship, I'm gonna go Hit or Miss. Sometimes I do love it, sometimes I don't. It depends on the secret relationship and it depends who they're hiding it from. I do like forbidden romances, but again, it just has to be done right. Second chance romance, It's a Fun Time. I do really enjoy this trope. I do sometimes have issues if it's a cheating situation that I don't love. But if it's just, they were young and then they broke up and now they're older and they're getting back together, that is great. I do love that. Fake dating, It's a Fun Time. I especially love fake dating when it's they actually have to kiss or hold hands, or they have to spend a lot of time together, if they're faking it on a vacation or something that. I absolutely love. But sometimes I feel there's not enough angst in fake dating, so sometimes it doesn't hit, but usually I enjoy it. Enemies to lovers, I'm gonna say It's a Fun Time. I think when it's done really well, it is amazing. When it's not done well, it's kind of boring. I'm sorry if you can hear my computer overheating. I should have filmed this on my desktop, but that's a whole process, so we're gonna have to deal with the overheating. Hopefully it's not too loud. I don't like when enemies to lovers is they are enemies for 20 pages and then they are slowly falling in love with each other after. I don't love that. I wish, they were enemies for at least 100 pages and then they slowly start to fall in love and then by the end they're in love. I like that. But when they're not enemies for very long, I don't love that. Also, that is usually hate to love. When they first meet each other and they don't like each other, that's hate to love. That's not enemies. Enemies is they have some sort of history of absolutely hating each other. And they have for years. If they just meet each other and they hate each other, that's hate to love. That's not enemies. Friends with benefits to lovers, I would say Hit or Miss. It kind of depends. Brother's best friend, I'm gonna have to put it at the best because I do really love this trope. Friends to enemies to lovers, I'm gonna say her Hit or Miss. Again, this is kind of, it depends on if it's done right. I don't feel like they can be true enemies if they were friends, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it rarely works. So maybe I will say it's fine, because I feel like it doesn't always work. And I don't love that. Sports romance, I think I'm gonna have to say it's the best. I do love a good sports romance. I will say hockey or football is probably my favorite sports romance. Slow burn, I'm gonna say hit or miss. Slow burn works for a Mariana Zapata book because those books are massive. They are long. They build up the relationship. They build up the characters. When you have a 300-page book, I don't feel like it necessarily can work. It really depends. Like recently I read Always Only You by Chloe Leese, I think. And that one is kind of slow burn. And it was way too slow burn for how short that book was. Like they didn't really get together until the very end. And then by then I was kind of over it. So it has to be like a really, really long book or like a series or something. I don't know. It doesn't work for like short books. Forced proximity, I'm gonna go hit or miss. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It, again, depends on the situation. Grumpy Sunshine, I do love. I will say it is one of the best. I do love it. I love Black Cat Golden Retriever. That's kind of like reverse Grumpy Sunshine. I love anything to do with that. I just think it's great, especially when the male character is grumpy and he's only soft and kind and loving towards the female character. Love that. Right person, wrong time. It's fine. Again, kind of just depends on the book, but it's not something I pick up really. Workplace romance. Workplace romance, I think I'm also, maybe I'll do It's a Fun Time. It also kind of depends on the workplace. Like what kind of workplace are we talking about? Are we talking about like sports? Are we talking about like an office workplace? Because I love it. I do actually really like it in office workplace romances. Those can be really fun. Yeah, I'll say It's a Fun Time. Insta love, I'm going to say it's fine. Again, this is another trope that I feel like can really work for a short book, but it doesn't work for like a really long book, if that makes sense. Right person, not enough time. I am going to say Get It Away From Me, because this feels sad and I don't love sad books. This just insinuates that you're going to get your heart broken, and I don't want to read a romance book for that reason, unless like I do want to read sad books, but that's rarely the case. But also I don't think I've read much of that either, so it kind of is in both of these categories here. Bully romance, if you would have asked me like 5 years ago how I felt about bully romance, I would have said it was the favorites, but I'm gonna say hit or miss. My favorite bully romance is Untouchable by Sam Mariano, which is also kind of a dark romance, but I just really enjoyed the characters and the romance, and I liked how dark it was. But a lot of the other bully romances that I have read either take place in high school, which I feel kind of weird about, and second, I hate how the bully who is in high school always thinks that like he has the police in his pocket, that he can like rule the school, like all the parents like bend to his will, and it just feels really unrealistic. And I think what I loved about Untouchable is that the male character, who I'm blanking on his name, he like bullied the female character in secret. Like nobody knew how much of a bully he was to her. Like he played it off to like parents and teachers and stuff, which I enjoyed because there was kind of like this forbidden secret aspect, which I liked. And I just hate like bully romances where there's crime involved and where the male character thinks he's like above the law and stuff like that. Like that to me is weird and doesn't seem realistic for like a 17, 18-year-old. Age gap, I am gonna go with It's the Best. A lot of my favorite books have age gaps, so I do really love this trope. And I know some people are weird about the female character being like 18 and our male character being, you know, like in his late 30s, early 40s, but I don't know what to say. I just enjoy it. I don't know. Please don't evaluate my psyche on that. I just enjoy it. I don't know. I feel like also I should like reorganize these to like best to least within the tiers. Oh, I should have been doing that. Okay, well, we'll do it right now. Out of all of these, I would say age gap is probably here. Maybe sports. Maybe Grumpy Sunshine. Then maybe we'll put that like that. Here, Yeah, I feel like this works. I feel like, yeah, that kind, actually, let's put that like that. I feel like this. Okay, I think that's kind of working now. I like that better. Okay, accidental pregnancy. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. This is gonna go before age gap because I love this trope. It gets so hated on, which I understand. I totally get why people hate this trope, but when it is good, it is so good. Like when you think of the male character who like steps up and he starts caring about the female character, like he wants to do everything for her, make the pregnancy easy, like buy everything, read all the books, and then they become this like cute little family. Like I just love it, which is weird because I don't think I really want kids in real life, but I love reading about kids in books. It's just so cute. Love triangle, I'm gonna say it's fine. I don't love triangles. Okay, actually I'm gonna say get it away from me because I don't love triangles. There is the rare case that I do love it. For example, The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. Absolutely love that series, but it works. Thoughtless by Essie Stevens. I love that book, but I don't love the love triangle aspect. But those are the only ones that I can think of that actually work for love triangles. I don't pick up books with love triangles. I do stay away from them unless somebody specifically recommends it to me. Mafia romance, I'm gonna say it's the best. It is the best. I do love it, but I also do feel like it has to be written well. I feel like a lot of mafia romances aren't that well developed. The world building isn't the strongest. The backstory isn't the greatest. I do really love mafia romance, but I feel like there are only a select few books that actually do it right. A lot of them are just bad. So even though I love it, I need to find better mafia books to read. Billionaire, I'm gonna say it's a fun time. I used to read a lot of billionaire romances back in the day when I first started getting into the genre. I don't really pick them up that much anymore, also because I don't think it's much of a trend currently, but I do love a billionaire romance. Oh, I think some of these are repeating because there's already a forced proximity, so we'll just skip those. Single parent, I'm gonna go it's a fun time. I do love a single parent romance. I think they're great. Like I said, love kids. Bad boy, good girl, I'm gonna say it's a fun time. I think I'm actually gonna put it like over here. I do love a bad boy, good girl romance. I'm gonna move single parent also over here. I do love it before friends to lovers, honestly. But bad boy, good girl romances, when they're done right, so good. So good. Like, I know y'all can hate on After, but After just, it gets it right. It gets it right. Like, that is a true good girl, bad boy romance to me. Hardin and Tessa are like complete opposites. And it works so well in that book. I'm gonna say A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy. That really worked for me in that one. Oh, I would say kind of on the same vein is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. That had bad boy, good girl vibes, and it was really, really good. Okay, like I said, some of these are repeating here. Only One Bed, it's fine. I don't really care. It's not something that I'll pick up the book just because of that. If it's in a book amongst a bunch of other tropes, like sure, it's fine. But if that's like one of the main tropes of the book, I don't really care. Like, it's not something that I gravitate towards. I do understand the appeal, but I just feel like it's very basic and boring. Royalty, I'm gonna say it's fine. I don't love royal romances. The only one I truly have ever loved is A Nordic King by Karina Halley. Okay, we have Marriage of Convenience. I am gonna say it's up here, I think. Actually, let's put it before sports romance. I love Marriage of Convenience. I absolutely love it. It is just so good. It's not on here, but I also do love arranged marriages. I just love how these characters are kind of, in a way, forced to be together. Now I'm thinking about forced proximity. Should I change that? I don't know. But I like how these two characters are forced in a way to be together, and then they slowly realize as they spend time together how much they like each other. And I just think it's great. So maybe I should change forced proximity to It's a Fun Time. We'll put it at the end if it's a fun time. One of us is famous. It's fine. I love music-related romances, so if the usually male character is a rock star, I love a rock star romance. I will read any rock star romance. I don't particularly love when the female character is a singer. I don't know why, but I don't really enjoy reading about female singers in romance books. I love a male rock star. I love reading about a band. I also don't love reading books about actors. I've kind of discovered that. I don't love when our characters are actors. I don't know, there's just something about it I don't really enjoy. But like if he's famous for like sports or being a rock star, I'm down with that. Like I will read that, but I don't love when they're like an actor or when the female character is famous. I don't know why. Don't ask me because I really don't know why. I hate everyone in the world but you. We're gonna say it's fine. We're gonna put it right behind It's Insta Love right here. Stepbrother romance. I am so sorry to do this to you guys, but it's a fun time. I do really love this trope. I honestly don't think I've read very many stepbrother romances, to be quite honest, but one of my favorites is Stepbrother Dearest, I think, by Penelope Ward. I've reread that book like 3 or 4 times. So I do love this trope, but it also has to be done well. Oh, I'm pretty sure Penelope Douglas wrote one in their like bully series. I can't remember which one it is, but that one I do believe is a stepbrother romance, and I enjoyed that book a lot. Those are like the only ones that are coming to my mind right now, but I do enjoy the trope, sadly. Okay, good boy, bad girl. No, I don't hate it. It's like right before Get It Away From Me. I just don't feel like it's done well ever, and I don't really like to read about female characters that are bitches, essentially. I just don't like reading about mean female characters, and I don't know why. I just don't find it appealing. I also don't love when characters mask their pain with like humor and joking and like always have to make jokes out of things. I know this has nothing to do with good boy, bad girl, but I don't like characters like that. And I just don't like female characters when they are mean. Again, don't know why, but I don't really enjoy this trope. Actually, I think I will put it at Get It Away From Me because I don't think I ever pick up books with that trope. Bodyguard romance. I'm going to say it's fine. This is also one that has to be done right for me to enjoy it. I will say though, I'll put it before or after Insta Love. I feel like that's kind of the proper order for me on that one. Love at First Sight is kind of the same thing as Insta Love, so I'll keep Insta Love there. Teacher student. This I'm going to say is hit or miss. I really wish I could love this trope because I do love forbidden romances, but this one is one that I have read a lot of misses from. Like a student teacher, I'm thinking of Gabriel's Inferno, which I do love. I'm pretty sure there's one like Penny Reed one that she wrote. I can't remember what it's called, but that one was pretty good. That's all I can really think of at the moment, to be quite honest. I just haven't read a lot that I've really enjoyed. A lot of them are misses for me. I do wish I could find some better ones. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. Okay, I think that is it for my ranking on romance tropes. Let me know how you feel about my ranking. Let me know if you would change anything. I also realized that there are like quite a few tropes that are missing from here, so if you do want me to do a part 2, let me know. But yeah, I feel like the top like 2 categories really kind of describes my reading. I love a lot of forbidden romances. That is something I do really love, and I love, I guess, like power dynamics. I don't know. If you want me to do any other tier ranking videos, please let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.